All right, everybody, let's get going. So first, little introduction to myself. What's going on, guys? My name is Joey. I'm a product specialist here at Everfit. So my job is to speak to gym owners, personal trainers, coaches, whatever it may be, just to see how our platform can best suit everyone's business. So a little structure for the webinar today. Have a little slideshow prepared. Going to run through, kind of talk about all the new features we've come out with recently. And then I'll jump over to the web platform, show you guys how the features work, what the new updates are, and then we'll finish off with a Q&A. So after I go through the slides, as I'm presenting, feel free to start typing some questions in the chat. And then when I'm finished presenting, I'll come through and get those questions answered for you guys. One little request is I know everyone is super excited and always wants to see features that like they have personal requests for the platform. My only request for you all is to just keep the questions about the features that I go over today. If I see some questions about some random features that you want to get added, I'm probably going to skip over it if I'm being honest. So please just have questions about the features we go over and we'll be good to go. All right, so the first one is there's some updates to the sales analytics with your packages. So now you can see the total gross revenue over a period of time. So you can track the sales performance, spot certain trends, and kind of plan for growth. One cool thing we added is forecasting. So if you see on this graph right here in the top right corner, it turns into like a dashed dotted line. That's going to be the forecast, whether you're on the weekly view or the monthly view. That'll kind of show you what your projected revenue might be for the rest of that week or for the month, depending on your payment history. And these forecasts and analytics can be seen from specific clients or certain packages. So you can see based off the total number of clients you have, how much everyone is paying, or if you want to break it up package by package, if you have multiple offerings, you can see which package is performing better than others. For the meal planning, there's been quite a few updates with this one. So super excited to show that you can swap recipe variations. So you can easily tailor the meals to client certain needs and swap recipes and have that recipe fit the client's macros and calories without you having to go through and change a whole lot of stuff. It'll be super easy to swap it out if the client requests it, or you can allow the clients to do it themselves as well. You can now make super easy edits to the meal planning as well. So previously, when you created a meal plan and assigned it to a client, you would have to kind of copy, like you want to change a recipe, for example. You would have to create a new recipe, make your changes, save the new recipe, and replace it. Now, once you assign a meal plan to a client and they need to make a change, you can easily just edit that recipe and it'll save to that one client. So you don't have to do the whole copy and paste, save a whole new recipe and replace it in. It's a lot smoother, a lot easier for you guys to make those smaller changes for the meal plans once they're already assigned to the client. You can also assign recipe books to individual clients or a whole group of clients. So there's a way you can provide just a list of recipes the clients will have access to. If you guys are coaching a lot of clients and you have them separated into groups, you can easily assign the recipes to a whole group at once just to make it a little bit easier. Once a client has access to a recipe book, they will be able to put it on their own calendar in the client app so they can schedule it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner for any day of the week whenever they want to. And then when they do that, they'll also have a recipe or a list of ingredients they'll need to create the recipes. So super interactive, super in-depth for all the information the client will need for those meals. With the payment requests, so we've added a way that you guys can send payment requests to your clients via over email, where they can easily just make one click and pay their package. So if their package is overdue, if a payment didn't go through, super easy for you guys to kind of stay in their ear and make sure you are getting paid for the services you're providing. So it's super easy. When you go to your package, you can easily send them a request over email. It'll be like a 1 or 2 clicks for them. They can make that payment, and then you guys will all be good to go. So the master planner got a bit of an update as well. This is something we released maybe a month or 2 ago, just to make it a lot easier for you guys to program for your clients. If you do any periodization, any progressive overload, the master planner makes it super simple for you to do that. And we made updates to it. So whether you want to add or replace exercises, customize any fields, you can drag and drop workouts from different days. You can do all that in the master planner, again, just to make it as easy and smooth of a process for you guys to create the programs, periodize, progressively overload, whatever it may be. And then finally, one change to the client app. The clients can now see the equipment they're going to need for that workout. So for anybody who does kind of full gym workouts, at-home workouts, minimal equipment workouts, whatever it may be, the clients can get a nice preview of all the equipment they're going to need for that workout before starting, just so they're fully prepared and they're not surprised and they have to kind of jump out in the middle of a set or in the middle of an exercise to get a new piece of equipment that they didn't know they needed before they started. All right, going to go ahead and jump over to the web platform and show you a lot of these features that I just spoke about. So start with all of the payment stuff. So the payments and packages with the sales analytics, you can see the total sales analytics here. So like I was saying, you can view package analytics or client analytics, and that graph will be shown here. I don't have any specific data or the mock graph to show you, but whether you do the month or a certain week, if you guys are doing a specific time frame, if you're looking at the projections, it's not going to show that forecasted data. But if you're on the weekly view or the monthly view, it will show that forecasted data for the clients and also the package. When you go to one of your packages, if you're on the analytics tab, here is where you can create a payment request. So like I said, if a client's payment didn't go through, if it's overdue, whatever it may be, you can easily just click payment request, select the client, type a little message, and then you can preview the email here to make sure it looks like how you want to, and then you're good to go from that preview, and then they can just make that purchase right from their email to keep the subscription active. Moving on to the meal plan updates. So when you're on the client's profile, with the meal planning, a couple different things here. So one, you can do a weekly or a daily view if you want to get an overview of everything you've assigned to this client for the week to make any adjustments, or you can make the adjustments day by day. So here, when you're on this meal plan with the 3 dots, you can easily edit this recipe. So for example, if you needed more water for whatever reason, you can do that for the brownie. You can also do things like edit any ingredient. You can change the portion sizes for each client individually, again, to make it super easy instead of having to copy the whole recipe, change it, and then replace it. Here, you can also swap it out with any recipe we have in our library, or if you do make changes, you can save the new one to your library as a separate recipe, so you can use it later on as well. For the recipe books, so here, for example, let's say I create a group of 5 people. Let's call it recipe. Now, when you go into your library and you go down to your recipe books and you want to assign this recipe book to a group of clients, you can easily just go in, type in that group name, and it will apply to all 5 clients in that group super easily. So again, just kind of another way to provide the recipes and meals for your clients through these recipe books. For that master planner, so here, for example, I have a full program. When I open up the master planner, a couple different views we have here. So one's the week by week view. For example, this is the same push day workout over the course of 4 weeks. You can also see the day by day. So here's week 1 workouts, push day, pull day, leg day, super simple. So if you want to, you can go into the later weeks, adjust any of these weights, any of the reps, add sets, add drop sets, whatever it may be. And then now you can do things like drag workouts from day to day. If you want to, you can collapse all of them, rearrange them on that day, or kind of just throw them back in here. Along with that, with the 3 dots on each exercise, you can customize the fields directly in the master planner, add alternate exercises, or do anything else from here. So just like the regular workout builder, it's a lot easier instead of opening this whole thing up to make those adjustments. We made it super simple on that master planner. So again, just to kind of speed up the process for you guys in whatever you're doing, creating the meal plans, creating the programs, anything like that. All right. If you guys do have any questions, please feel free to start typing them in, and then we'll kind of move on from here as well. All right. So is that still through Stripe? Yep, Andrew. So our payment system is still going through Stripe for any payments you want to receive from your clients. Master Planner's a game changer. Yeah, super cool feature we added just to make it a lot easier for you guys to make those programs. Can use Master Planner in auto flows. Not quite yet, Lyle. That is something we're coming out with though. So you should be able to do that fairly soon. Is the generate meal plan button already working? Not quite, Paul. Should be released in the next couple of months here. That will, again, make it super easy for you guys to automate the meal planning. All you're going to have to do is create the macros and calories for your clients and then click that auto generate button, and they will go ahead and our system will generate the meal plan for you. Oh, I think I missed a couple here. Oh, here we go. Is there any other payment options other than Stripe? It's not available in South Africa. So right now it is only through Stripe Express. We do have integration with Zapier, Lauren. If you want to connect a different payment system to Everfit, you can connect that through Zapier. Open new countries for payments and packages. A lot of us can't use this option. We really like to use it from Latvia. A lot of European countries, it would be easy to open up to other EU countries. Armands, we do have a feature request website. I'm not sure if you've submitted that in there, where you can ask our team to kind of push that forward. And if anybody else has requested the same countries, they're more likely to get added into that Stripe integration. In the master planner, is there a way to add notes for an exercise? Let me double check for you really quick. So not quite adding notes for each individual exercise from that master planner. You can do that when you're creating workouts or easily open that workout again when you're in the master planner to add any notes you need to. Mark, when you add your own notes and videos, is there now an option to choose what equipment is required so that it can show to clients? So our system will do that automatically, Mark. Whatever exercises you put in there, it'll kind of realize if you have a barbell bench, let's say you need a bench, barbell, whatever it may be, and put that for your clients when they open the new workout. So it won't need to be like a manual thing from you guys, but you can, it'll automatically do that for you and still show your clients what equipment they're going to need. What are the total fees, including Stripe and Everfit fees? And does it change based on what payment method the client uses? So Gabriel, for the Stripe fees, it's dependent on what country you're in. There is a help article online through Everfit that you can take a look at, and it shows all the processing fees for Stripe. And it doesn't change based off what payment method the clients use because it's either credit or debit card. But either way, it'll be the same processing fee. It does change if it's a domestic credit card or an international credit card, though. Can you show how to find and view the equipment list? So this one that's on the screen right now, the slide, this is from the client app. The presentation tool we use doesn't allow me to show the client app, but as soon as the client hits start workout, when they're looking at all the exercises, the equipment is just in the list, just like this screen here. If you're on the web platform and you're looking at our list of exercises, you can filter by equipment. So here we have a ton of equipment you can filter through to find new exercises as well. When you hit start workout for the first time, it'll show all of the exercises in the workout, and then the equipment will show just kind of across the screen right above the first exercise. Can you show me how to have the members pick their own exercises in their app? Yep, Harold. So to do that, you can change your settings. So if you go either your default settings, you can also do it on an individual client level. At the very bottom, a couple different things you can change here. So down here, you can allow clients to create their own workouts from scratch if you want to. And this last one is allow clients to add or replace exercises. So here they can choose exercises they want to do if they want to change it from what you've assigned. You can specify exercises from the full library or a general list that you can create as well. All right, everybody, I'm going to sign off now. Again, appreciate you all coming and hope you all have a great rest of your day.